Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and selamat sejahtera. Okay, now let us begin our lecture. Okay, today we will use R, and this is actually our lab session, but this is the recorded version, then you may try by your own later, or you may do together with me now. Okay, now first I will explain on the slide, then you may proceed to the R software. Okay, now first we want to know how to read and write a file using R. Okay, and for storing data, R object can be stored into a restored from a file with the command save and load. Okay, this external data representation standard of Sun Microsystem and others is portable between Microsoft Windows, Unix, and Macs. Okay, this is the syntax, which is save x file x.r data, and if you want to load your data, you have to put the load. Okay, then for importing and exporting data, there are many ways. Okay. Okay. Most program as well as human know how to deal with rectangular table. Okay, then when we have the rectangular table in a form of tab delimited text file, okay, that's why here we want to read the rectangular table in a form of tab delimited. Okay, we use the x is equal to red delim and the file name. Okay, same goes to if you want to write using write a table, we have to put write dot table. Okay, then for importing data, this is type conversion. By default, the read function try to guess and auto convert the data type of the different column. For example, number, factor, and character. Okay, for the special character, the delimiter character such as space, comma, and tabulator, and the end of line character cannot be part of the data field. Okay. Okay, text must be code. Okay, it's like if you want to comment in a coding. Okay, however, if this option is used the default, then the code character themselves cannot be part of data field, except if they themselves are within code. Okay, understand the convention your input file use and set the code option accordingly. Okay, later on we will see by use in the hands-on after this, in the R software. Okay, here if you want to import the data, okay, we may use this following function. Okay, scan, read table, read.csv, and so on. Okay, the requirement on the form of dataset are sometimes quite strict, so it is better to modify input file to satisfy this requirement. Okay, for the function of scan. Okay, this is used to read a logical integer, numeric, complex character, raw data, and a list. Okay, and the file is referring to the name of the file which the data are to be read from. And what here is the type of data to be read, such as logical, integer, and so on. And N here is the number of data value to be read. And defaulting to no limit. Okay. Here the separator character. If the separator is white space, that is one or more space. Okay, tabs. Okay. DEC is the character used in the file for decimal point. Okay, this is the decimal. DEC decimal. And skip here is the number of line of the input file to skip before beginning to read a data value. And a string here is character vector. Element of this vector are to be interpreted as missing an A value. Missing value dan and A. Blank field are also considered to be missing value in logical, integer, and numeric complex field. Okay, and for the function read table, here the header is logical value indicating whether the file contain the name of variable as its first line. And here the separator also with the decimal point, and row dot names are vector of row name, and col dot names are vector of column names. Okay, this is example of input file format. Okay, this is what we call a column names, and this is the row names. Okay, if only column label are present at the option header. Okay, here when we read a table, the option header here is from the header here. Okay, is from the column name. Okay, the read table function. To read an entire data from directly and externally file, we normally have a special form. The first line of file should have a name of each variable in the data frame. Okay, each additional line of the file has its first item a row label and the value for each variable. Okay, this is the example. Our data frame. Okay, numeric variable and non-numeric variable is a factor. Okay, here we want to read data from file. Okay, we read table from the file name is house.data and we want to put a header true. Okay, this is the data table and the data file name is input.dat. Suppose the data vector are equal length are to be read in a parallel. Suppose there were 3 vector, the first of mode character and remaining 2 of mode numeric. Okay. For the scan function, if you want to scan input here to separate the data item into 3 separate vector, use assignment like okay, label. Okay, we name this input 1, input 2, input 3 as X, Y, input 1 as a label, input 2 is X, and input 3 is Y. Okay, now from this input, we want to scan it. Okay, later on we'll see the example in the R. Okay, this is where we want to read .csv data. Okay, this is the command here, read.csv. If you want to put a header, we have to put header true, and if you want to put separator and decimal point, then you may write that. Okay, then this is for the delimited data just now. Okay, they are intended to read tab separated file. Okay, this is the syntax. Okay, the separator SEP and field if true, then in a case the row have unequal length, blank field are implicitly added. Okay, for exporting data. Okay, X here is our object and file is a character string naming of the file to print. Okay, and the step is a separator, a character vector string to append after each element. Okay, and a field here control how the output is broken into successive line. And append is a logical. If true, output will be append to file. Okay. For the writing data frame, we have we use the write function, write.table or write. Write is write out a matrix or a vector. If write.table, write off data frame. Okay, for the function write. here. We may put X as the data to be written out in a file and column and append it. If true, the data X are append to the file and set as used to separate the column. Okay, then the function write dot table here, whereas NA the string to use for missing value in the data, and row dot names either a logical value indicating whether the row name X to be written along with X, a character of a vector. Okay, this is the function C. If you want to write CSV file. Okay, what is the difference between CSV and CSV2? CSV is write as using the comma as the field separator, and CSV2 write to file using semicolon as the field separator and the comma as a decimal point. Okay. And reading Excel file. Okay, Excel file can contain many sheets and the sheet can contain formula, macros, and so on. Not all reader can manage this. Okay, instead of importing the data contained in .xls file in R, it will be easier if you export the data in .xl file in a .txt file in tab delimited or comma separated form. You use R function read.delim or read.csv to import the .txt file into the R workspace. Okay, this is how we um, read write file. Okay. Okay, now here in my file that I give you in the ULearn. Okay, this is just now we from the read file PowerPoint.pptx just now, and for the hands-on, please look at the uh, folder read file, then go to the read write file here. Okay, just double click it and choose RStudio. Okay. Read write file here. Okay, if you want to know where is our, okay, this is, if you want to clear our object from the workspace, just use this broom. Okay, yes, I remove all and our environment now is empty. And here is the command for get window directory. Okay, now we are in a, if we can see down here, we are in a lecture. This is my current directory and I'm in the read write file folder. Cleaning data, read write file. Okay, then for exercise 1. Okay, just now in the read write file, there are exercise 1.dat. Okay, so if you are not in this current directory, you may go to the session and here set working directory. Okay, then you may choose to source file location. Okay, then you may run. Okay, this is the first is we want to read from exercise1.dat. Okay. Just now, this is the data for the exercise 1.dat. Okay. This line should be skipped when reading in the data. Okay. Then you may see in your here when we write. Okay, exercise 1. Okay, 1.dat, my data frame. Okay, I already read the data frame and run. Okay, head. This is head. What is head? Actually, the head is, it show the first 6 data. Okay, then you may see from here, it skip line 1 and header is true. what it mean is skip line 1. Okay, yang ni lah line yang dia skip line 1 and they go to the line 2, which is it contain X, Y here. X. Okay. And the following first six item. Okay, then we may proceed to exercise 2. Okay, in this exercise 2, we have read table exercise 2 dot dot here. Skip 1, header 2, separator. Here the separator and the decimal point. Okay, and if we want to see our head of our data, why the R usually use the head of our head data? Because we want to read a file, we want to gmat our storage, then we just look at the first 6 data, or you may choose tail, the last 6 data. Okay, this is the first data for this exercise 2. Okay, now we are in exercise 3. In exercise 3, convert Excel file to CSV file and read data from CSV file. Okay. Convert Excel. Okay. So now we run my data read.csv exercise 3, and this is where we skip 2 line. And what is the head of my data here? Okay, this is the head. Okay, and when we read CSV, my data, read CSV, exercise 3.csv. Okay, this is our first my data read.csv just now. Okay, and here is we run again. Okay, this is the second that we read.csv data. Okay. And for the exercise 4, you use scan to read data from exercise. Okay, this is where we name our exercise 4.txt as F1. Okay, we run it. Okay, and we scan this my name F1 just now, F1 file just now, and we scan it. There is 6 item. It read 6 item, and when we want to show what is my dot names, okay, it give the value 6 item just now. Okay, and my dot data, we want to read dot table F1. Okay, so we want to look at what is my dot data. Okay, this is my dot data. Okay, and we want to close F1 here. Okay, here we want to paste my name C1235 and my name C246 into my names. Okay, just now my names is this. Okay, this is my name. We want to paste it. Okay, and this is the result. Okay, actually what it is, it combined result 1970, 1980 into one in the quoted, and then the second item here, my name, and the last one result 1991 until 2000. Okay, and here names my dot data. And what is the my dot data just now? Okay, so we combine. Just now, this is the value from my dot data, right? And this is from my names. Okay, we combine it. My dot data with my name. So it combined. Previously, it is this and this. Now, first we convert from this result to combine into these three column. Then here for this command, it combine from two different sources of data into one. Okay. For exercise 4B, okay, we want to use scan to read data from exercise 4B.txt. Okay, here is my data, which is list. Okay, and my name is a character. Okay, we want to write F1 file. Okay, and for my name, scan F1. And my name one is what we want. We have to call it, and it is A. And for my data one, scan F1 and line 1. Okay. And it read 3 item there. And what is my data 1? Okay, it is 1, 2, 3. And for my name, scan F1, my name 2. What is my name 2? It read 1 data, which is B. Okay. And my data 2 is, it read 12 item, and it is here. Okay, now what is my name and my data? Just now we call it by element, right? Element 1, element 2. Okay, now we want to know what is my dot name. It is AB, and my dot data, actually, it is here. My dot data, this is 1, and this is my dot data 2. Okay. Here, okay, we want to combine like previous we do here. Okay, we want to combine these two. Okay. Okay. So it is okay. Just now for number 1, my data 1 is, it is now my data A, and this is my data B. It replaced the previous one. Okay, here we want to do an exercise 5, right? My dot data to exercise 5.txt, then append additional data to same file. Okay, here we want to set seed. Okay, set seed, actually it is a random number. Okay, and here we want to produce my dot data. Here is the value. Okay, for X, Y, and Z. Okay. Actually, we can't highlight when we want to run. Just put it in front, then run. Okay. And what is my data? My data is here. This is where we formulate just now. X is R norm from 10. Y is R norm 10 plus 5. Okay, from the random data just now. And additional data here. And we want to write a table also with this. Okay, so write my data to exercise 6.csv. Okay, now we create a random number seed 45. Then my data Okay, then this is what is my data. Okay, this is the data look like, and we want to write it, this data, we want to write it as my dot data. Okay. Okay, now write a data to exercise 7A text, which is data frame is a letter 1 until 5 and B 1 until 5. And what is the data look like? Okay. Letter A until 5. Okay, this is letter. And B is a number. Okay. And we want to write a table, my dot data. Okay. And we write it as exercise 7A.txt. Okay. Then for exercise 7B, okay, this is my text, which is titled extra line 2, 3, 5. Okay, so we want to write line. Okay. Exercise b.txt. Let's look at exercise b.txt. Okay, this is what we do just now. We put a title extra line, then we put a just now extra line, and we put 3, 5, 7 and line 11, 13, 17. Okay, then no more line. So this is end line, new line, no more line. Okay. And for exercise 8, save and load my data to exercise 8.r data. Okay, this is the 45, my data. Okay, and we want to save it as exercise 8. And RM is remove my data. Okay, now is this is where we remove it. When we call it back, it is no object found for my data. Okay, if you want to load exercise A.r data, okay, then this is the head of it. Okay, if you want to read an Excel file, here, install package, okay, here. If you don't have any package for read Excel file yet, you may put install the package. Then you may call the library read Excel. Then you may read data from the Excel. Okay. And this is the head for the Excel data. Okay. Okay, finish with this for read write file. Okay, now okay, it's depend. If you want to save, you may save, or you don't want to save, just don't save. Okay, then this is just now. Now we move to the slide. Okay, it's quite longer, but here that getting and cleaning our data. How can we clean and how can we get our data here? Okay, meaning of data quality here. Generally, you have a problem if data doesn't mean what you think it does or should. Okay, data not up to spec, which is garbage, glitch. You don't understand the spec, complexity, lack of metadata. Actually, first, if you want to do a analytic part, you have to know, you have to understand your data first, okay? And many source and manifestation, as we will see, data quality problem are expensive and pervasive, which is, we know that every single data have their own problem, like we do, and recognition for the system, the pre-processing, stage is the it's depend on the case by case. Maksudnya kita cannot generalize, which is when we deal with the data also. Data ni dia ada macam sifat dia. Maksudnya bila kita dapat data, how we massage our data is not same as other data. Okay, it's specific for that case only. Okay, that's the data quality problem. And this is the example of data. Can we interpret the data? What do the field mean? Okay, what is the key, the measure? Okay, data glitch, which is typo, multiple format, missing default value, and metadata and domain expertise. Okay, field 3 is revenue in dollar or cent. Field 7 is users. It is censored. Okay. What is data glitch? Okay, systemic change to data which are external to the recorded process. Change in data layout, change in scale, temporary reversion to default, missing and default value, and gaps in time series. Okay, conventional definition of data quality, which is it involves accuracy, completeness, uniqueness, timeline, and consistency. Okay, this is the problem, which is unmeasurable, context independent, incomplete, and vague. Okay, for the data cleaning, okay, here the data scientists spend 80% of their time on cleaning and manipulating data, and only 20% of their time actually analyzing it. Okay, so we know that it is a critical part here. Okay, now this is the basic introduction to cleaning data using R. We are using the tidying, deploying, lubricate, and string package. Focus of this chapter to explore data, tidying data, preparing data for analysis, and putting it all together. And this is where we want to explore raw data. Here, messy data. What a messy data look like? X column is just a raw number. Days are spread but should be part of that date field and have one row per date. Year and month and day should be one data column. Measure are melt but should be each in a column. Okay, this is the raw data. Okay, if you want to read the first 6 data, just now we already learned we have to put a function head. They may display your 6 first data, and if you put tail, it give the 6 last data. The last 6 data. Okay, this is the structure, whether if you whether is the data name, and this is the structure, which is it content of X, year, month, measure, X1 until X31. Okay, this is structure, which is view a condensed summary of the data. Okay, clean data. Here what clean data look like. Okay, this is the head, and this is the string whether clean. It's already clean. And exploring raw data. Here, we want to read data bmi.rds, and this is the class of BMI is data.frame, and dimension is 199.30, and column name is here, and this is the structure of BMI. It contain of this, and this is the glimpse, which is check the structure of BMI. Okay. And this is the summary. The summary, it give you the, if the character, it can give you median, mean, and quartile. But if the data is a numeric data, then it will give you the detail for first quartile, median, mean, third quartile, and maximum. And let's looking at your data. Okay, this is head for BMI, and If you want to show your data by using the histogram graph, and you may call the HIST function, and this is where the BMI data for specifically the dollar sign here is specifically for year 2008. Actually, it has many years just now, right? Okay, here, many years. But if we put a dollar sign here, it only show for 2008 for this BMI data. Okay, this is where we tidying our data. We use scatter or spread. Okay, this is the explanation you may read. Okay, here. Imagine how this data will look if it will tidy with three variable country. We have country, we have year, and here. Okay. Then this is our data. Okay, country and year, and we want to turn up. We want to transform. Okay, here. For the France, 2011, our N is to 7,000, and for Denmark, 2011 is 500, 5,800, and so on. Okay, here. Okay, this is where we use the getter function to get this. Okay, this is getter. The syntax is, this is cases here, and 2 until 4. Okay, here. The cases is data frame to reshape, and here is name of the new key column, character string, and N is name of new value column as a character string, and name of numeric index of column to collapse. Actually, this is for the dark green, and the light green is this description. Okay, and this is getter cases here and 2 until 4. Okay, which is the 2 until the n 2 until 4 is here, 2 until 4. Okay, now we want to how to pollution data set will look tidy with three variables, city, large or small. Okay, city, large or small. Okay, now this is our city, and we want to class it. When it is large, it put the value for large here, and when it is small, we have to put the value of small here. Okay, then this is by using spread function. Okay, this is the description for the spread, and if you want to get back to the original data, we will use scatter again, and for the unit and separate. Okay, this is three more variable hidden in a storm, which is year, month, and day. Here, it's combined in a date, year, month, and day. Okay, now we want to separate for the year, month, and day here. This is the syntax. Okay, you may separate it. Okay, then when you want to unite again, you may use unite, and this is the syntax. Okay, and what is the dplyr package? Help transform tabulate data. Okay, this is the storm. Just the original data is the storm, and this is the pressure. Select storm, and pressure only. And if you want to select storms, and minus storm. If you don't want the storm only, you may use this syntax, and it will carry the wind, the wind pressure and date only. Okay. Wind date. Here the storm one, you want to select. Okay. Which is from wind to date. Okay, wind, pressure, and date. Okay. Useful select function which is select everything, but here the value select everything, but this is select range. Okay. This is the description for the each of the function here. You may read. This is for the num range. One of it is for select one name in a group of name. Okay, this is where the filter, we want to filter. We just want Alberto, Ellison, and Arlene only. Okay, so you have to put ketaksamaan there, which is value yang lebih besar sama dengan 50. We select it. Okay, and this is for the filter. We want to select Alberto and Ellison only, which is the value of the for the win lebih besar atau sama dengan 50. Okay, this is the logical sign, which is less, greater than, equal to. Okay, and what is mutate? Mutate is we want to produce one value beside this three value, but this ratio is from the pressure divided by wind. Okay, this is the new formula there, and it add new column. It is ratio. Okay, this is for the mutate. We want to add the inverse also. And useful of mutate function is take a vector of value and return a vector of value. Okay, this is the other mutate function. You may read. Okay, and this is window function. We want to come sum, which is here. We want to cumulative summation, which is 1, 2, it is 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 3 is 6, and 6 plus 4 is 10. Okay, this is cumulative. What is cumulative sum here? Okay, and this is where we want to summarize this value in a median and variance. We choose summarize and put the formula. Okay, this is also summarized and useful summary function. Okay, this is other summary function you may use, and this is for sum. Okay, we want to sum it, we get 21 from this value. Okay, here is where we want to arrange it. Okay, from here to new punya arrangement, which is storm wind. Storm wind. We want to arrange, which is storm and wind, which is Anna and Lex in an alphabetical order. And here we can see that from the lower to the highest. Okay, and this is where we dia menurun pula kan, decrease order, and this is where we put the Anna is the highest, but here for the wind here, arrange the. Okay, this is for wind and date. Dia tukar yang ni, dua ni. Okay, and this is for the mutate. Okay, we put ratio there. ratio. And this is for the you want to classkan je kan? Okay, for this New York, this is mean, sum, and end. And for the London and for the Beijing, group by. We want to group by. Okay, this is the syntax for the group by. Okay, and if you want to summarize it, this is New York and mean, sum, and end for the London and also for the Beijing. Okay, this is also group by, and from this, we want to ungroup kan. This is group by country, year, and we sum the cases like this. Sum the cases. 1 is become 2. And for the 2000, 2. Okay. And this is also okay. Hierarchy information. Okay, this is hierarchy information from the many information we filter it, and we uh it is we arrange it, and we get the smaller cases is 24. Okay, here is bind code, which is X, Y. Here we want to combine, right? Which is A, B, C, and D. Okay, X1, X2. Okay, here X1, X2. Here A, we combine X1, X2 for Z here. We put it beside it. Okay, this is bind row. We combine, but it is for the row below. Okay, and this is where we union it, where A, we put it, but here that does not have A, but here have B, B, and here is B, X1, X2, and for the C and D. Okay, we union. And for the intersection, we just put the intersection one, which is here, which have the same number, which is B and C only. Here already, here also have B and C. Okay, and set different. Okay, this is for different. Okay, there is A here and D here, the difference between these two box. Okay, and this is for the left join. Okay. Okay, here. John, Paul. We put it as name and play. Okay. And this is also for the left join. Okay. This is inner join. You may compare to see a different semi-join. What is the semi-join and anti-join? Okay, this is where we want to prepare the data for analysis, which is loop predict, help that date conversion. Okay, this is type conversion as characteristic, as numeric, as integer, or as vector, or as logical. Okay, this is common data type, common type conversion. This is structure for the student. Okay, if you want to look at this student as on the grade, to change it as character. Then we just now the grade for the student is factor, right? Okay, we want to change from the factor to the character. Okay, here. If you want to change the student in a module. Module here is in, where is module here? It's a factor because we change it into factor. Previously, value is a integer. Okay, this is where we change the data type. Okay, same goes to the value. Okay, and working with date. Okay, now this is the date and this is the student punya string. Okay, this is date, month, and year. Okay, we want to modify it into, we want to add the hour and minutes. Okay, here on the student DOB, YMD, DOB date format here, and previously nurse visit. Okay, nurse visit is YMDHMS, nurse visit. Okay, it's contain hours. Okay, and string, a package that work with string. Okay, string manipulation. String package here we use common, few common function. String stream, string detect, and string replace. Okay, this is where the string stream. Philip, Nick, and Jonathan. Philip, Nick, and Jonathan. Pad this string with leading zeros. Okay. String pad C, we want to put leading zeros. Okay, pad with zeros. Width is 9. Okay. Just now the real data is 9947 because of the width is 9. We have to complete, but we add as 0 in front. Okay, in the left side. Okay, and this is upper and lower case. This is the state. We want to put a uppercase, so it convert from this lowercase to the uppercase, and we want to convert it again, we have to put two lower here. It convert it again to the lowercase. Okay, look at the head of student here. Okay, this is the data student, head here. Okay, find and replacing string. Okay, now kita nak detect student DOP 1997. Okay, the number 4 here is 1997. Oh, maksudnya dekat sini dia false. False dekat 1997. DOP, DOP. Result DOP just now. Where is DOP? Okay, here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the column number 4 is true. It is 1997. Because I see it from here. This is data for the OBO number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. It find 1997, so it is true. False, 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 true. Okay, that's why this we get this, which is false, 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 true. It find 1997, and if it is false, so the DOB date is not 1997, and this is the true, whereas it is 1997 if you want to detect. Okay, then we want to replace student sex from F to female. Okay, this is the female. Previous one, it is F. Now it become female. And for the for the male, and we replace it to male. Now it become male. If compared previously, it is M. Okay. Missing and special values. Okay, this is where we want to find a special missing values NA. Okay, to spot all NA. Okay, meaning that here it has NA. It true, it has NA. So it is one true. View a summary of the data set. Okay, here the summary of the data set. Call table on the status column. Okay, here table social. This is status column. Okay, this is finite, infinite, and non-number. Okay, is dot finite and is infinite written a vector of same length as x, indicating which element are finite, and in INF or N, negative INF are positive and negative infinity, whereas NaN means not a number. Okay, is dot finite written a vector of the same length. Element of is true if x is finite. Okay, so you may read this is about the missing value, the not a number value. Okay, but if we have data like that, we have to know what to do. First, we have to detect whether our data contain a number or not. Okay, then what's next? Okay, you want to replace it or you want to put it as 0? You may do a data transformation. Okay, this is where 2 divided by 0 is infinity. 4 minus infinite value, it is, we have, this is number and it minus infinity. Okay, this is all the calculation yang involve NaN is dot NA. Okay, and infinite value. Okay, here we want to dealing with missing value. Replace all empty string in a status with NA. Okay, here we print social underscore df to the console. Okay, yang ni we found that it is NA value here. Okay, so complete cases here is true, false, false, true, false. Okay, we want to remove all rows with any missing value here. NA omit, meaning that it number 2 and number 4 contain NA. We want to remove all rows with any missing value. So we put the function NA dot omit. So it the remaining row only get Sarah and David only because it's not content of missing value. Okay, this is outliers and obvious error. Okay, this is a student data just now. Okay, dealing with outlier and obvious error. Okay, here is the histogram of student and his age. And this is absence data from the student tree. And this is the histogram of student absent data. Okay, we want to look at the strange value. We can use the box plot here. Okay, it's contain the strange value up yang di atas kat sini. Okay. Then we may proceed if we already know our data, if we already massage or already tidying our data, then we may putting it all together. Okay, actually just now slide kita tadi tu ada 144. Actually when you do in my exercise, I'll give you this all this folder in the ULED. You may do one by one, like I explained in this topic, which is getting and cleaning data. You may find the exercise in R is in here, data cleaning.r. Okay, actually it show you one by one that explained in the slide just now. Okay, this is where we set up our R first, we put a library first, we call the library, and this is where we want to know the data. You may try this, run one by one. You may see what it look like when you run, and this is where the structure for BMI and where the glimpse for BMI, all these uh thing I already explained in the slide just now. Okay, we want to separate. Okay, as dot factor, which is we want to change the previous punya structure to the new one factor. Okay, this is medu as factor and fedu as a factor. We want to change the data type, and you may run one by one until you find the this one is the missing value just now, kan? Mm-mm. This is for the weather. Okay, please try. Okay, count the missing value in the data for weather 6 here. Okay, you may run one by one, then you may see the explanation. But if you don't know what is the syntax mean, for example, here select the function select. You may type the select in the help here. Okay, you may put select here. Then the explanation on the R will be give to you what is the select you want to know. Okay, here. It is a in a package, or you may find in the help here. Okay. YMD, for example. The search string was YMD. Okay. So I think that's all for today. It's a long night, but if you want to look at other example here, I put the missing data and outlier. How we want to deal with this missing data. You may go through this also. Okay. So let's explore how to read, write, and how to deal with the missing value and how to clean our data. Okay. See you in the next class, or if you have a question, you may ask me or WhatsApp me. Okay. Actually, for the R, uh, it will, it will, I will ask you in the assignment, huh? So assignment, I'll give you some time. Then there is a question that you may use R function in order to clean, in order to call a data in what type of the data. If it is XLSX, so how can we call a data in the Excel, and how can we make before we want to do analysis, we want to separate in term of date. If the date is combined with the month, how can we separate it? It's just like that. You may see my notes and my uh R R function just now in the R exercise to assist you to answer my assignment later on. Okay, thank you. Bye.